Actually, I have a degree in media literacy from the University of Up My Own Ass, and this thing that's really loved is actually terrible.
Hasbin is coming back out, and we need to get ready. Low-key, a lot of internet critics are kinda losers. I know this may sound weird coming from someone who is an internet critic, but that's your fault for mischaracterizing me. I'm famously a self-hating loser. As every self-hating loser does, I have come onto the internet to talk about Hazbin Hotel. I've heard a lot about this show over the past since it has existed, and most of it has been from people who sound a bit too angry about a TV show. Elephant in the room, Hasbin is not perfect. It has glaring potholes and incredibly childish humor, and is still loved by many, including me, to the disdain of many others who can't stop hating it. These critics accurately claim that the writing is 55% swears and dick jokes, and not everything in the story seamlessly connects. Like how Vaggie didn't know that angels could get hurt, even though she was an angel who got hurt. These are all true, and you're right. The show is imperfect, even quite bad at times. But might I offer a counter-argument that it doesn't fucking matter? People don't watch it because of the reasons every critic constantly complains about. With the exception of maybe Flazefire,
It starts with sorry.
who seems to be the only one that tried, critics tend to universally miss what is enjoyed about Hasbin. I'ma give you a big hint. The audience is not asking for toning down of swears or complaining about the plot holes. They're theorizing and playing songs on repeat, because that's what Hasbin fans like to do. These critics judge from such a perspective that it feels like they never even tried to enjoy the show or understand why it's enjoyed in the first place. That's why the critiques, for the most part, feel quite hollow. I fully acknowledge that the entire thing is completely red, and the story is full of holes and swears, but I also find moments that deeply touch me, that I could relate to. In the episode with Loser Baby, we get a brief explanation as to why Angel Dust is who he is, i.e. why he can't stop snorting gay sex.
Cut the act.
It's not an act! It's who I need to be, and this is my escape, where I can forget about it all, how much I hate everything. A place where I can get high and not have to think about how much it hurts.
Despite the valid critiques, this emotional moment still really hits for me. Do you honestly think that Vivzie is phoning it in to spite you? She was trying to do something else the whole time. Let's you and I go on a little tangent. There's this great show that I don't quite get, but a lot of my guy friends love. It's called Feetball. Now, Feetball is unlike most shows you see in that it's not a cartoon. My first time watching Feetball, I was expecting an experience like Chicken Run the movie, with an action story that had a beginning, middle, and end, maybe a musical score, perhaps some light comedy. Instead, I saw that Feetball was a competition where both sides had to try to score more points than the other side by working as a team and getting their feet in the other guy's balls, or something. Immediately upon seeing this, I did what any logical person would do. My face turned red, I began foaming at the mouth, and I left the room to begin drafting my video for why Feetball should not be successful or enjoyed because it is not Chicken Run the movie. My friend came outside to talk to me, and in the middle of explaining to him why he is not my friend anymore because he is not Chicken Run the movie, he said something I don't think any of you have heard before. It's okay that we like different things. For the first time ever, I realized I was wrong. Thank God that never happened again. Constant comparison is a sign of social media brain rot. When you're nonstop inundated with media, you forget that art is supposed to be a thing you relax with, you think about, you contemplate, and you enjoy. Art is not something you can win. It was not created with the purpose to be the quote-unquote best art, or to quote-unquote beat another piece of art. It simply is an expression. If you think you can win at art, you fundamentally misunderstand, and you've already lost. You can argue with me on this next part if you want, but I believe a modern show is a piece of art meant to entertain. In my mind, you watch a show to see what it has to offer, rather than being something you watch, and then watch another one, and then weigh them against each other, and then get upset when one isn't doing the same thing as the other when they never fucking wanted to in the first place. Every show cannot do everything because then it couldn't do the thing it did in the first place. It would be too busy with all those other fucking things. Art like this media is not given the same treatment that it used to be, and this new, harsher comparative treatment seems to be the product of the internet environment. Saying you don't like a piece of media is fine. Critiquing it extensively is fine as long as you bring up some new points every now and again. But trashing one creator's name or work over and over and over again because it isn't made for you is man-baby activity. To my point, I'd say most people just watch things to enjoy them. If you watch entertainment for the purpose of picking it apart, you're kind of missing the point. Furthermore, good critics don't operate in that capacity. They watch the media, and if they feel something was good or bad enough to talk about, they do. They don't pick a creator for their clout and find literally anything to overanalyze because they need to make a video that week to feed their like addiction. I'm not gonna call anyone out because first of all, these creators are a dime a dozen and I'd be here till I died and went to hell.
It starts with sorry.
And second of all, they'd all pin me on their community post and call me out for bullying them. But it really doesn't help that this landscape encourages people to make as much media as possible and cram as many search terms in there as they can, especially when the concept is negative.
Oh, my microphone is broken because I didn't fill it with maple syrup. But anyways, if you want to like, comment, and subscribe with all notifications enabled, you'll live another day. Shout out the inner circle. Love y'all.
Oh, hello.